What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's me, Modine here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. We are here on one amazing farm right now. This is Rabbit and More. In case you don't know, it's a channel dedicated to rabbits. My goal is to see the rabbit industry in Ghana develop to a greater height. So I cover everything. I'll go through every corner to make sure I find you the best. And this is something that I want to showcase to you guys. Someone tempting to go commercial with rabbit farming, and as you can see in the footages, we'll capture a lot of things here to see. Mostly when people say they want to go commercial, there are things they focus on that after 2-3 years will actually lead them to a certain angle that wouldn't be profitable to them. So today I'm going to walk you through this amazing farm, Ahenfie rabbitry, right? And the amazing thing here is that all the animals we are going to show you are pure breeds. You have the SA Pendula, you have the New Zealand black, red, and white over here on the farms. It's amazing, and I'm going to take you through the whole thing. So come with me. Say they never wanna see my face. Them see me today, tomorrow man a ghost. Same people tell me, say man it's me blood. Cleaner, come and never look face. But my mama say, trust no man, stay on grind, focus and free your mind. Introduce you to Taufiq. All that Taufiq does here is basically taking care of the animals and running through with them all. And see, the sizes you see here, everything that is happening, the cleanliness of the whole area here is courtesy this man Taufiq. But the most interesting thing is that for you to get someone who is dedicated to the animals and can take very good care of them, you also need to get someone who is also good at making sure that whatever thing that is needed for the work is provided in a very, very good way. So let's get into it and then talk more about the rabbit farming today. Taufiq here speaks our local language, so I'm going to go through with him, and then afterwards I'm going to do the translation, of course, to you guys. But so Taufiq, Kale Apaba. Why you camera why you farm for some time? Most started how many years in here?
Started there 2 years ago.
2 years in okay. Only rabbits are you mother. Only in one are you mother.
Then yeah, my
only experience with farming. It was your name now. Okay. The first time I catch yourself over the year rabbit farming, and then I met the sea.
never did you why I said
Okay.
but you how we are. Okay. So you how we finally boss by decided say any rabbits bantu said any rabbit in your rabbit. So yeah, also any rabbit and then decided then now say
Okay.
So famous rabbit in a bois like paso so okay I make an issue said I nothing. Okay, I had to say for Kwana say these are others.
Okay. Into what one year rabbit that once what unim shame far on a then a mouse or donna which may be share in one say.
Juma Kassan over so ye Juma. As I say, also bossy. Juma, we are not the same. So we need to be free. And now, a Juma Kassan also dog at one and I went my and say, I'm a dog. I'm one, and I'm young as I'm once and even the young folk on back. And you said, and so they fine.
Okay. 50 times I'm starting to handle. In one year, 1 year or more, it will be. The Bena ebi wu ya ehye o o ba ko hu say nyama ko one example obi sika o na o ti o na obi hu na
ani de na me ko say every day me hear them ade ba ko aye special eye ewini say or say we them or bomb aye say edima o na no na
okay
it's empire book one day bi na one back na papa
okay
so no him papa be
oh okay
so the first time na abono oba be wo no dey say or pray na oye dey na o wi
okay
nti abono so wi wo yem okay no sad and dey
ehye o
ehye
so sika pa na na ko all right into no sesi ano 2022 ina mo share we are
na 2022 I shares na local ones
okay but March 31st last year ina mo dey pure breeze na e buy time for boss catch us say mo ko top pure breeze what you say you are me bo ye doing this anyama ni man then about you say yeah the sky we na to we near their shell and sing then about you
ade ba no fe me say na me boss ya ono opa ade e papa so me say ade papa na opa ba na de be de na me so wo say ade a wa yi ni sika e mo ye du pa de ko to mo na ba wo say me so be de me kama ho ndi ni na advantage me ye de me sure mo no see you say it powerful
okay Taufiq me ba ha no no watch me nyama bebre wa ha no me hu say mmoano mu wo imura kakra wo omoyi ni mo na mamu amu eduane so advantage na mo yesa
mura na ebi na ọmọ mi ama ọmọ yẹn ase mmoano sɛ ɔmo wɔ nwura nkura a ɔmo de wura nti wodi ɔmo aba fie no wofi de ɔmo a sɛ ɔma wura no kɔ nkɔmɔ ndɔɔso wɔ sɛdeɛ ɔmo ntumi yɛ de ɔmo yɛ ntumi tu nti na ɛyɛ ame na ɔmo wura
ba mo mmoano susu mmoano susu mmoano susu ba mo nye mmoano best 1 year no nkwala ahina mo nya because mo di mba 12 any mbema 4 12
na mema
4 in a year 16 okay intini mmoa ne nyina omode bae no ebesi enne no mmoa ahina omotimi awo 16 na omo awo motimi anya bebre wa ha no mo ye
mo 12 ne nyina omo nyina wo fine omo hwe nkwala no so bi nti omo nyina wo
okay
nti na etima mo na do so sa
okay nti no say no mba no ma wo how many times in 1 year no ma wo 3 times or ma wo 4 times or ma wo 10
ebi ma wo 3 times ebi ma wo 4 times
but say me no say won say weather no sometimes no mo fi South Africa no mo ba ha no mo a hard thing nti no over break akra and sana o mo ba ni say weather mo hu mi say
na ashase no kama o mo ba ya no last year ending of March no nti na omo ntime omo betime wan se na omo tam omo be wo no endu su ye nti ye hwe omo saa ma omo tam so a omo be wo nti saa tam no tam no so ya no na omo hia na saa tam na nsu to nti saa tam no mo no omo wo fine nti ekọ January February March no na hiti mu wa ha bibre nti ema mo no bia o cross omo a ọmọ yẹ dẹ ọmọ fèlè ewu máa baako bi ebi mu wò máa na ọmọ afa ẹnu na ẹtwitwa ẹyẹ eyi kakra ebi yẹ kakra nka ẹnyẹ saa deɛ nka yɛ ahanom si yɛ keji nyinaa nka
ayɛ ma nti esi ano wo no wahwɛ wei ne saa till now no ɛdɛn na wobɛka sɛ wɔhyia wɔ mu a sɛ obi ɛkɔ akɔyɛ a wobɛka kyɛ ne sɛ mede wei ɛɛto wo fo
na mmoa no sɛ ade baako a ɛho ne sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ wohwɛ ɔmo so yie plain wopi na ɔmo bi a na baabi a ɔde ɔmo ba no so mehyɛ sɛ dua wɔ hɔ a ɛnyɛ awia no koraa bɔ a ɛntumi yɛ dɛ ɛntumi infecte mmoa no
nti ɔmo ti na mo dua nya no
ɛno na yɛdua dua no wɔ akyire hɔ no sɛdeɛ ɛnwi bɛtumi aba
okay But that's a part of it. That's it. Yeah, thank you very much. So, guys, we are still here, right? So, I'm going to bring the owner on board and we are going to talk. He's camera shy, but guess what? This is a great project. This is a big project, and I'm going to sabotage him. So, Mr. Wright. Nice to see you.
Oh, same here, same here.
So, I know you don't want it, right?
Yeah,
but
it's okay.
I've seen some amazing things here that I wanted to talk about. You know what? On video,
Yeah.
when you see what you're presenting here, of course, the way you talk about the animals and everything makes sense, right? However, I went around the property a little bit. So I asked myself this question all the time. Why is this person attempting a commercial rabbit farm? We don't have a vibrant industry to think of proper feeding, for example. We don't have all the infrastructure. And so for someone to just sit and say, I'm starting a commercial rabbit farm, then they might have seen something. So my question, what did you see? And what is the vision?
Yeah. So, but first of all, thank you so much for coming to us. It's a pleasure to have you here. I think we've heard a bit about, before we went into this, we had heard a bit about rabbit farming in Ghana. We've even seen some people who have started doing it. And every time I see what they are doing, I'm always asking, if you want to get attention to this kind of meat, you would have to be competing with things like chicken or beef or goats. And the guys who are doing these other sources of meats, they are doing it big.
Okay.
So if you can't guarantee supply, how would any client who wants to go long term with you or who wants to have a sustainable business with you, how would they take you seriously? So this was our motivation, and we thought about it and said, this is a good meat. It's healthy, and people need to know that it's beneficial to them. But if you're going to tell them about it and you can't sustain the demand, then what's the point? So this was our motivation, and we thought that if we're going to do it, let's do it as big as we possibly can. And as you can see right now, we're doing this in phases. What you see here is still not. It's nowhere near the target.
Okay.
Yeah. This is just like phase 1A, I would say. Yes. Because we have plans to. This whole place is going to be filled with cages. And we have a lot of land as well. So we want to do it big. We want to be able to have a sustainable rabbit meat production here, such that if, for example, if you have, let's say, a good restaurant that wants to put rabbit on their menu, and let's say that restaurant has just 3 branches, and they want to serve rabbit at all their branches, you would have to be supplying anywhere between, let's say, I'm going very, very moderate. You have to supply anywhere between 60 to maybe 100 rabbits per day. Yes, because if people tap into the beneficial properties of rabbit meat, that's even the very lowest, and it's a very underestimation of the whole thing. So, how would you do that if you only keep a few rabbits? So that's the thinking behind what we are trying to do here.
Okay.
To be able to guarantee sustainable supply. And I always say, even if no restaurant works with us, we are happy to do this and get ourselves restaurant chains that people will just enjoy rabbit meat. So there's really no concern at all that you're going to produce the animal and it's not going to be patronized, or you don't get people to supply them to. From even the little we are doing right now, we have demands almost every time, and we are struggling to meet the demand because of what Taufiq was describing. The heat issue with the animals failing to get pregnant and all that.
So guys, for context sake, the animals they have here are all pure breeds. They were imported from South Africa, and we know that different climates, in both regions and all that affects the rabbits differently. And so that's why there's been these changes in the production cycle. So you can continue.
Yeah. So, but we are learning every day. We are learning how to mitigate this. And come next January, February, when the heat comes, we'll be ready. We'll be ready. We're not going to suffer that dip in production.
Listening to what you're saying closely, I pick one or two things. You are not going to give up anytime soon. However, this is a huge investment. How many kgs do we have here right now?
I don't remember the exact number. I think it's about 39 so far.
39 kgs, and this can take anywhere up to like maybe 1,000 rabbits or something.
Yes, easily.
Okay.
Easily.
So my question is, the vision is there, the idea, the explanation you gave, and everything. I see it. Aren't you afraid of losing your investment?
Not at all. I mean, there's nothing. From what I've learned that rabbits going to rabbitry is almost like I don't know how to say it, like it's like compound interest. It's like putting your money into some compound interest vehicle to have it replicate. No, we're not afraid at all. To put it in context, I don't know if Taufiq told you about this, but we started a pilot, and we invested quite some amount into that pilot.
Okay.
Within the animals we got were not the best, and the setup was also not like this. We had this under construction. We used to keep them in the first room at the other side, and they were just about 6 kgs at the time, and they were growing. Initially, they just picked like that, but eventually we started losing them. Yeah, we started losing them, and there were a whole lot of things. But I thought of it, let's just keep learning as much as we can with this one. And then after a while, when we thought we had learned enough, we closed down that whole farm. And we could have easily given up at that time. We could have easily given up. I remember when I told my wife, we're going to do this again, we're going to do it much bigger. She was like, what are you saying? And you know, she agreed. She came on board with it, and we have invested far more now than we did previously. And there is virtually no fear at all. This is going to work. It's going to work.
Okay. Yes. So guys, there are a lot of questions I would like to ask. I know you watching also, you have a lot of questions that you would want me to ask. It's getting a bit darker here, but we are still talking to the owner of Ahenfie Rabbitry. My next question will be very simple. When you look at the rabbit sphere now, our small industry, we don't have a proper feed production unit, nothing. So when you're thinking of going commercial, one would like to think, then perhaps you have your foot on something when it comes to the feeding, because that is the number one complaint a lot of people give. If you want to go with the usual buying of things and mixing, and you know what it entails. What is the plan?
So my background is science. I'm a scientist, and just by the way I think and the way I do my things, I want to get into the basics of rabbit nutrition. What makes it work? You see this kg, some are here. We're going to have some that are purely dedicated to R&D, where we are experimenting. We are trying to come up with the best feed that works for our climate settings. Because one of the things you notice is that rabbits don't eat a lot when it's very hot, and it affects their growth rate. If we are going to get our animals to reach the slaughter weight we desire at a certain minimum time, what works elsewhere may not work for us here. So the thinking is that work with what we have, the ingredients and the various materials we have here, and try and come up with a formulation that works well for our climate, for our animals, and all that. We have invested a bit in brachiaria grass. We are constantly exploring other alternatives. And so far, what we target is a formulation that gives us the best possible nutritional value at the lowest possible cost. Yes, it's a bit painstaking, but if you are really ready to get into the literature and find the right things, you will realize that we already have more than enough of everything that we can use to produce good quality rabbit food right here and get the best. When we started, we used to buy pellets from other sources. We decided to take it to in the lab and checked. And when we checked, the values that were stated on the pack were simply not there.
Wow.
Yes, but
wow.
You see, in all fairness, the label said calculated. So perhaps the person hasn't really done the lab to see it. But my thinking is, okay, if this is what we are spending money on, can we formulate something ourselves? And then we went into the literature, we looked at what can be done and got some few things, and we did something. And so far, I think it's working.
It is working.
Yeah.
From what you're saying, coming to the farm here, Charlie, see, so currently, how many rabbits do you have here?
We have, they are being born every day, but we have more than 150 now.
Okay, so more than 150, and guess what, guys? They brought in 16, 12 of which are the doe units, right? 12 doe units, and then 4 backs, right? To put everything in action. Now look at something. They are lined up here, right? The does and all are lined up here. However, when you look at the general sizes they have, for those that were even born within this 1 year period, I tell you, Charlie, as I come and they see the bodies, then things, it's my body. They do me something. Yeah, my body they do me something. See, Bryce is laughing at me. So, yeah, let me tell you something, guys. This is amazing. I'm inspired actually by this farm. I wanted to do a lot more videos on other farms, but I won't. Because what you have going on here, you are a scientist. This brings a different aspect to the farming thing for us. You see, what you did, testing the feed and knowing and understanding these things, I'm not surprised. I've been to other farms. I see exactly what is happening here with the animals, right? And I'm not surprised. Looking at them right now, no. Guys, you can easily get a rabbit that is at 3.5 to 4 months, simply weighing above 3 kgs. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. What I'm seeing here, and one thing that I've noticed is you have a palm factory down there, where you produce palm oil. But the first thing that came to mind was, this man, if PKC is anything to go by for commercial rabbit farming, it's already got it covered.
Yeah, and as I said, just a few days ago, I was reading on the things you can use to formulate feed, and the chaff from the palm when you process the oil. It's something that can be utilized in rabbit feed formulation. Somebody had already told me, but I hadn't seen it anywhere. And as when I came across, I was like, oh, okay. So there's many things. And PKC, like you said, we haven't started doing kernel oil. Right now, what we do is the palm oil. But we have plans to do kernel oil. So right now, we buy PKC from outside. But we are going to make our own PKC. We have the bacteria, and there's so much land to plant so many other things.
When you say so much land, how much are we talking about? Because I'm told, right? See, you have a palm plantation on its own. That is something different. So guys, he doesn't want to disclose it. I won't force him. But the thing is that there is so much land, and I'm not surprised. See, from what I've seen here today, from where I'm standing, I can tell you that if you dish money out, no matter the amount, money come close. I won't make them see my face. Anybody out there watching Rabbit and More, I'm putting my words on the line and telling you that being here on this farm, Ahenfie Rabbit Farms, the only problem is that coming here is a bit tough. I'll tell you the truth. Coming here is quite tough. But listen, if you get a rabbit from here, you've not wasted money. Trust me on that. If you are thinking of changing the stock you already have now, the breeding stock that you have now, and you want to invest in something quality, new breeding stock, come here. I'm 100% serious about this. Come here. Get it from here. If you like, don't take my words for it. Travel here yourself. Come and have a look. They will welcome you. Come and have a look for yourself. See what's going on here. But please, before you throw your money away, make sure whatever you see here, the conditions available here, you are ready to provide same or similar for the rabbits to thrive. Not that you will come and get them and put them in a very bad situation, and when they die, you start blaming someone else. Yeah, I would 100% come to Ahenfie Rabbit Farm and buy your rabbits here. You don't need to import them from South Africa anymore. We have it right here, and they are doing well. The breeds they have are doing amazing, and these are people we need to support.